Hi, welcome to Goodnight Flagstaff. My name is Jeamie Paul, and I love to read. And today we're reading chapter 13 of Race to the Sun. You can find a new chapter from one of our favorite family-friendly books at 8 p.m. each weeknight on the Literacy Center's YouTube channel and also on Creator Radio, which is a local online radio station. The previous chapter is replayed on Creator Radio each weeknight at about 7:45, just before the new chapter airs. You can also listen to all previous Goodnight Flagstaff recordings on YouTube. We are currently reading, like I said, Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, and it is awesome. We hope that you enjoy it. Please email us if you would like to be a reader and connect with your community through stories. All ages are welcome. Our email is goodnightflagstaff@gmail.com. Last time we read together, Nizhoni finds Mac being bullied, but Mac didn't need her help. It turned out he had the power to manipulate water, and he turned the sprinklers on his bullies. Then they fled for the train station. Will Mr. Charles catch them? Let's find out in chapter 13. Hot Cheeto Kryptonite. That's the title of chapter 13. We make it across the field and off the school ground surprisingly easily. I'm starting to think school security is really lacking. I'll have to give Mrs. Peterson some helpful pointers on improving it, assuming we survive. At the very least, I'll have Davery write her a strongly worded letter. Mac and I pool the change in the bottom of our backpacks. Between the two of us, there is just enough for bus fare downtown. The ride is quick, and we make it to the Albuquerque train station 20 minutes before our train is scheduled to leave. I've only been to the station once, to pick up my cousin coming in from Flagstaff, and the big adobe building and the rumbling trains are both exciting and intimidating. The air is bright and hot and a little humid, like a rain shower came through recently. Sure enough, little puddles of water have gathered in the corners of the courtyard. The dark rocks around the tracks glisten like shiny black and gray diamonds, and everything smells like wet concrete. Plenty of people mill about, some in business clothes and some in tourist t-shirts, all crisscrossing the terracotta tile floor. We get a few curious looks, but most folks don't even notice two kids on their own waiting for a train. Mac's stomach growls. I'm starving too. I'd totally kill for one of Davery's dusty cookies right now. Kill. I swallow around a hard lump that suddenly rises in my throat. I can't believe someone wants to kill me. Not a someone, a monster. But I'm not helpless. I remind myself I have a power all my own, and that will let me know when he's near. And I can figure out the fighting thing. I won't let him get close enough to snatch me or Mac. I'm hungry, Mac whines. Can we get something to eat? I look around. There's a bright neon sign to our right that says Taco Town, and at that thought my mouth waters. But there's one big problem. We don't have enough money, I admit. We spent the last of our change on the bus. Not even enough for a bag of hot Cheetos? He moans. Flamin' Hot Cheetos are Mac's favorite. I once saw him eat a family-sized bag all by himself. Dad said if he did that again, he would ruin the plumbing in our house, but Mac vowed that nothing would stop him, even busted toilets. Mac may have some kind of powers over water, but hot Cheetos are definitely his weakness. I hate this, Mac mumbles. I didn't plan this, you know, I say, feeling like he's being unfair. Here I am risking my life to save him from monsters, and all he can think about is lunch. Maybe you should have planned it better if you were going to drag me along, Mac sniffs. I think I want to go home. We can't, I say, outraged that he already wants to give up. I clutch my turquoise necklace, the one my mom gave me, and take a deep breath. Look, Mac, you've got to stay strong. Think about Dad. He needs us. He needs you. I still don't get why he wants us to run. He scuffs his shoe on the ground. I mean, maybe you're wrong, Z. Mr. Charles was nice to me last night. Because he wants to steal you and your powers. He shrugs. If he had some food, I might just go with him. I can't think past my stomach. Mac's right. It's hard to concentrate when you're hungry. Okay, wait here. I'm going to try and find something to eat. Maybe someone will give me some leftovers. Mac flops onto a bright blue bench and hugs his backpack to his chest. I'm probably going to die of starvation before the monsters even come find us, he mutters. Here lies Mac Begay, R.I.P. Confident that Mac will not, in fact, die of starvation, and even more sure that he'll wait for me on the bench, out of exhaustion brought on by too much drama more than anything else, I head into the main area of the train station. People rush back and forth, shoes clicking on the tile floors. Someone bumps me from behind, making me stumble. I look to see who it was, but they're gone, without even an excuse me. More passengers are coming in through the doors from a train disembarking on the platform outside. I squeeze into a corner to get out of the way, and I feel trapped. I stare up at the beamed ceilings overhead, trying to stop an onset of dizziness. The train station is huge and overwhelming, and I feel so small. Mr. Charles could be in this crowd right now, and I might not know until it was too late. What good is monster sense when the enemy is already staring at you from only 10 feet away? And suddenly, I hate this too. This was a bad idea, I say aloud to myself. Mac's right. A squeaky sound, like a mouse on an exercise wheel, catches my attention. I look through the crowd and see a lady pushing a cart, the kind they roll down the aisle on an airplane. On the side, someone has written on loopy cursive, "Station Snacks." The lady parks the cart right in front of me. I watch as she scratches her butt, looks around, sniffs loudly, and then walks away, leaving the cart completely unguarded, all by itself, loaded with snacks. And not just any snacks. Bags of hot Cheetos hang from plastic clips on the side. Cans of soda pop are stacked on the lower shelves. A veritable rolling feast of junk food is sitting inches from my face. The other passengers pay it no mind, walking around it as if it were just a big rock in their way. Now, it's one thing to break a school rule, but it's a whole other thing to steal. I have never stolen anything in my life. I once thought about shoplifting a Milky Way from a Bash's grocery store and was so overcome with guilt at the thought that I cried for an hour. My dad thought I was sick and took me to the Indian Health Hospital, where I confessed my thought crime to a baffled doctor. He sent me home with a lollipop and a shake of his head. I glanced through the crowd at my miserable little brother, who is still slumped on the bench where I left him, allegedly dying of starvation. I'm not stealing it for me, I tell myself. It's for him. And that's the truth, but my insides still churn with guilt, and I hate myself a little for what I'm about to do. I try to act innocent as I move toward the rolling fount of temptations. I keep my eyes peeled for the cart lady, but she has disappeared, nowhere to be seen. I spot the bathroom and realize she must have gone in there. I do a first pass, walking close to the cart, whistling nonchalantly. I reach out a hand and let my fingers brush the orange and red bag of fiery goodness, but I don't take it. When I pull my hand back to my pocket, I'm shaking. I may throw up, I feel so bad. But Mac's so hungry, and so am I, and I don't know what else to do. I reach the far wall and then turn, casual-like, and make my way back to the cart. I pull my hand from my pocket and let it swing, closer to the cart and closer. I reach out for the bag, eyes halfway closed in fear or shame. I'm ready to grab it and go when the worst thing that could possibly happen happens. I'm busted. My wrist is caught in a vice-like clamp. Someone squeezing the bone so hard I cry out. I want to wail and puke at the same time. "Can I help you?" says an older woman's voice. I open my eyes to see who's holding me down. It's the cart lady. She's wearing an Amtrak uniform. Her face is brown like mine, and her dark hair is pulled back in a tsiyil, a traditional Navajo bun. Silver and turquoise bracelets shine on her wrists. Where did she come from? How did I miss her? "I was going to pay," I shout, hoping for mercy. "Well then," the cart lady says, smiling at me, "there won't be a problem." "My brother's really hungry," I blurt. My stomach gurgles loudly. Her eyes narrow in concern. "Sounds like you're hungry too." "Smooth move, stomach." I nod, embarrassed. She plucks 3 shrink-wrapped bologna sandwiches, 3 bags of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, 2 chocolate milks, and 1 grape soda from her cart and drops them in a paper bag, decorated with an arching rainbow. She hands the bag to me. "For you, your brother, and your friend." "My friend?" The one who's coming to meet you. The smart one. She must mean Davery, but how could she know about him? Maybe I'm so hungry that I'm hallucinating. All I know is that my mouth is watering, and I'm pretty sure I could make a solid attempt at eating all 3 sandwiches on my own. But then I remember that I lied to her. Thank you, but I can't pay for this, I confess, feeling more miserable than I even knew was possible. I don't really have any money. She nods, like she already knew I was making up the paying for stuff thing. Of course you can't, but where I'm from, we never turn away hungry people. Her voice is as sweet and warm as honey on bread fresh from the pan. We always share what we have, even if we don't have much, and we don't make people pay. Ever? I ask, surprised. Well, sometimes, she admits, but not every time. She winks at me. Now I really do weep a little, not because I'm scared or feeling guilty, but because my heart feels like it's going to burst. I wipe away a tear, hoping the cart lady doesn't notice I'm crying over white bread sandwiches and bags of cheese puffs. But if I give this to you, you must remember that whenever you have food and someone else does not, you must feed them first, or else you'll bring hunger down on others. Do you understand? Yes, I say, not quite sure about the bring hunger down on others thing, but I know she's basically telling me not to be greedy and to share. 2 things I can definitely do. As soon as I get some food in my stomach and I can think straight again. She nods sharply, satisfied, and gives me a little push in the back. Okay then, now go on, Nizhoni. Tell Mac not to eat too many Cheetos or he'll make himself sick, like last time. But hurry, the train is leaving soon, and make sure you read the note I put in your bag. Thank you. What? I'm so shocked I almost drop our sandwiches. How do you know our names, Aunt? But the cart lady has already turned away and is quickly rolling her cart through the busy station. How do you know us? I shout. She's gone now, lost in the crowd of passengers. A man in an Amtrak uniform hurries past and I reach out to get his attention. Excuse me, sir, I say, but do you know where the cart lady went? He frowns down at me, annoyed at being waylaid. Cart lady, he grumbles, reaching into his pocket for his phone. There's no cart lady around here, kid. But there was, I insist. An older Navajo woman, her hair in a bun. She gave me these. I hold up our food. He looks away from his phone to inspect my lunch. Then he sneers. Bologna sandwiches? Okay, now I know you're lying. There's definitely no one giving away that kind of food around here. You must be seeing things. I look down at the bag, which has a rainbow symbol on the side. It's proof that I didn't imagine her. The man makes an irritated noise, like maybe I'm a kid trying to pull a prank or something. Look, I've got to go, and if you're going to catch the train, you better get a move on and stop worrying about some lady who doesn't exist. He hurries away without a second look. I guess not all of the Amtrak employees know each other. I still wish I'd had a chance to ask the woman how she knew my name. A train horn sounds, and the people around me stream to the nearest platform. I look up at the big arrival and departure sign above me that shows all the destinations. Our train goes to Gallup, and it leaves in 5 minutes. I check my phone to see if Davery has texted, and maybe I missed it, but there's no message. He said he would get here as soon as he could, but he also said the principal was talking to Maya. Maybe Mrs. Peterson was interrogating everyone in the Ancestor Club about where I had gone. I chew on my bottom lip, worried. But chewing on my lip reminds me how hungry I am, and I'm still clutching the rainbow bag, so I go back to where I left Mac on the turquoise-colored bench. Only, Mac's gone. I panic, fearing Mr. Charles got him while I wasn't paying attention. Now what will I do? Mac! I shout, looking left and right, hysteria rising from my gut. I'm here, he says, from behind me. I spin around, half relieved and half furious. Where did you go? Calm down, I had to pee. Don't tell me to calm down when people are after us. I thrust his share of the food at him. I got us lunch, and next time I tell you to stay put, you need to stay put. Don't be ridiculous, he says, ripping the chip bag open. When nature calls, I'm going to answer. He points at me with a Cheeto. You need to take a chill pill. I don't even know what that means. It's a pill to make you chill. Seriously? You're in 7th grade and you don't know that? He munches on a Cheeto, unconcerned. And he didn't even say thank you for the food. At this rate, Mac's going to make me want to strangle him before the monsters even get their chance. That's the end of chapter 13. Thank you for joining us. Good night, Flagstaff.